Hello and welcome to Road Odyssey. I am Burke and here we go for another video. Alright, well, I couldn't resist making this video for fun. Saw this article about Chevy Corvette C8 crushes the Lightning Lap 2021. So this is from the News Wheel, and it was just came out a couple of days ago. And I want y'all to know that before I get started on this, I have a couple of disclaimers. All right, disclaimer number one is I am serious when I say that this is about one topic and one topic only, and that is track times around the C8 Corvette. And as far as I know, the track times that are involved in all of this are without the track setup where they alter the camber of the wheels. So that's disclaimer number one. Disclaimer number two is I like Corvettes. I've had three, between me and my wife, we've had three Corvettes. I still have one. And I am hoping to get my fourth Corvette, a C8. So all of this is in the spirit of having fun. If the news article I'm about to rip into is the little angel, then I guess I am going to be the devil's advocate and consider that maybe the article is full of repetitive spin. Now, I just have to say, I am honestly getting tired of reading articles from people or news outlets, whatever you want to call them, that just pump out goofy news. And this is just another fantastic example of that. But before I get deep into the video, let's look at the VIR racetrack, Virginia International Raceway, VIR. Let's look at this real quick. At the wonderful Virginia International Raceway, also known as VIR, the C8 Base Model had a track lap test by car and driver who published their times back on February 3rd, 2021. The raceway is on the North Carolina-Virginia border just outside Milton, North Carolina, on the banks of the Dan River. VIR hosts amateur and professional automobile and motorcycle events, driving schools, club days, and private test rentals. The Grand Course, which where all these times are coming from, is a 4.1 mile track claimed to be America's toughest racetrack that requires a car to have a good amount of power, grip, stability, and resilience. Having any Corvette included at this track in the company of other great cars does put the Corvette on a bit of a pedestal. Let's take a look at the reality of sensationalizing how well the C8 did. So, to me, there's a lot of these articles that float around out there that we pick up on, and they really sugarcoat the C8 Corvette for God knows what reason. So they just talk about how great the base model of the C8 is performance-wise. Now, 0 to 60 or 0 to 62, whichever way you want to look at it, it's fast. It is up there with the supercars. That's fine. It's a DCT. It's got just enough power to get it up there. But when you start saying that this is without being set up for the track, when it is a equivalent to super fast cars on the track, including supercars, I begin wondering about this. So let's look at the article and see what the data says. Here we go. Please listen careful to this quote from the News Wheel article. It says, With a lap time of 2:49.0, the mid-engine Corvette was not just several seconds faster than its front-engine predecessors, but also the fastest car that Car and Driver tested with a starting price under $70,000. Furthermore, and I paraphrased this, Car and Driver believes that the C8 would have beaten all cars possible within its class and price point. A reality check is when somebody is reminded of the state of things in the real world. So let's get after it. I have 4 reality points to make regarding the Newswheel versus fastest laps in Wikipedia. Number 1, the Ford GT500 Mustang outpaced the C8 with a lap time of 2:44.6 versus the C8's 2:49.0. Number 2, the C8 lost to the C7 ZR1 with a time of 2:37.25, or by Car and Driver's time 2:39.5 versus the C8 Corvette's 2:49.0. Point number 3, the C8 lost to all the C7s except the base C7 Stingray that had a time of 2:53.8 versus the C8's 2:49.0. C8 barely did any better. Point number 4, the C8 has been beaten by its predecessors even on the Nürburgring. The C7 Z06 did better, the C6 ZR1, C6 Z06, C6 ZR1 again. They have just outdone the base model of the C8. These articles are simply glorifying the C8. They're spinning the facts to illustrate that the C8 is just simply a very good overall package or final product relative to its cost when it's compared in performance and price to other very nice cars, including some supercars. But right now the C8 is simply a repackaged C7 Stingray. For real. Before I get too much further, here are the historical lap times from Car and Driver. And here they are again, highlighting the C7 Corvettes outpacing the C8. And then here is fastest laps. You can use their website and verify the lap times of all the different Corvettes and other cars if you want. So this was very useful. And so let's move on to what Randy Posts and Motor Trend had to say.
With goodness, this is wonderful. It's pure, it's honest, it's linear. This is a transformed Corvette. This is what it should have been all along, quite frankly.
Kim, I back you up on that completely. This Corvette C8 to me is a giant leap forward for the nameplate.
And it's just the starting point. I mean, this is the very first one, and they're going to get better and better and better, and it's going to be really fun to watch that progress.
To quote the Newswheel article again, it said, quote unquote, "And it doesn't just impress at the track. The Corvette C8 accelerates from 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, just a hair short of the $330,000 Ferrari 488 Pista, a car equipped with the fastest production V8 engine to come out of Maranello. Needless to say, the Chevrolet Corvette C8 is a complete sports car success, delivering exotic supercar performance for the kind of money that people spend on souped-up pickup trucks." While this might be a fairly truthful comparison, the comparison puts the Corvette on a pedestal kind of along with Ferrari putting down really nice pickup trucks. To me, that would rub people rather badly. The truth is the C8 base model is doing okay as a performance sports car built for the masses. It is really nice. But so much of this putting on a pedestal talk seems like someone thinks the car needs to be continually played up, keeping the C8 in the news no matter what the hype and no matter what the spin. It, to me, is counterproductive. It sort of harms the authenticity of the actual value of the C8 while not taking advantage of discussing its actual new technology. And these articles could start talking more again about what does the C8 offer. Like, it's got the Z button, it's got front end lift, it's got that nice rear view mirror or camera. You know, things that maybe some supercars really don't have. So why can't these articles just tell the truth? And if they're going to hype up the C8, do it in a positive and useful way that actually teaches us something, rather than diminishing the value of other fantastic cars just for its own sake. Lastly, I think it's more important that instead of bragging about how great the car is and putting down other cars or trying to lift the C8 up into the supercars, you know, just compare the Corvette to itself first. How is it better than all the prior iterations? Show that the C8 is truly superior to its past and has become something to be admired in its own right and in its own genealogy. The C8 base does outperform the C7 base. It will be the C8 Z06 where GM proves that all of this technology and moving the engine to the rear is going to really pay off. This is where GM will really begin to get some bragging rights. So let's give this thing a little bit longer and see how it turns out. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. So y'all have a great day, relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.